Welcome back, families, to the American Family Survival Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Snipes. Martin Armstrong rages children are once again the number one tool of propaganda. This is from Zero Hedge. Children are always the number one tool for propaganda. Politicians always use children to support legislation that has hidden motives. Whenever you see a story using children, it is first sign of propaganda. Whenever they use children, it is to cover up something or to get you to support some agenda. They used pictures of children to sell the refugee crisis, yet more than 60% are not even from Syria, and most of the refugees are young males of military age and not families. The latest attempt to influence Europeans is this one that even The Guardian just declared new symbol of the horror in Syria. Children are always exploited to sell an agenda. You guys saw this terribly sad picture of the little boy that was a victim of a bombing in Syria. This is the primary tool of propaganda machines. The British established the Office of War Propaganda during World War I and became the first to establish a government agency for the purposes of creating propaganda. They enlisted famous authors like Arthur Conan Doyle, H.G. Wells, and Rudyard Kipling to write books casting the Germans as the enemy. M16 has since created innovative communications and strategies. IncoStrat, which is a sophisticated propaganda machine. The United States adopted the British method in 1917 after establishing the Committee on Public Information, in which they carried out experiments to manipulate people to a given agenda. They too employed some well-known people such as journalist Walter Lippmann and the inventor of modern publicity, Edward Bernays, who was Sigmund Freud's nephew. Interesting, never knew that. This is a picture here, Protect His Future, buy and keep raw bonds. They were using this to sell war bonds, even during World War II. The U.S. government used children to sell bonds. There's little doubt that the use of children is the primary motivator. Even in prison, if someone is charged with child molesting, other inmates kill them. Children are the number one means of engaging in propaganda. So whenever you see some bill signed by the president, whoever that might be at the time, surrounded by children, you know there's something sinister hidden in that bill. Obama surrounding himself with children for gun legislation that disarms the honest people and not the criminals can only mean one thing. They are trying to disarm the population for fear of civil unrest. Criminals do not fight.